I've made over $90,000 profit in 4 weeks on this one single trade. I gave it to GTG as well. So many members are printing at the moment. You could have locked in over $90,000 of profit. And obviously this also has an airdrop coming soon. So we're about to lock in even more profit. Or obviously you could have caught the derivative play as well and locked in multiple thousands of dollars of profit. If you like this video, guys, please subscribe, please like, turn on notifications so you don't miss any Greeny upload. And if you want to get access to GTG, sign up using the whop.com link in the description below. We trade futures, we trade meme coins. You can check out our success on Twitter. It's just Greeny's group. You can check that out. And we trade NFTs, ordinals, runes, stocks, and so much more, guys. So check it out by signing up down below. We'd love to see you in there. All right, guys, without further ado, this is how I've made over $90,000 in the past 4 weeks. Alrighties, guys, the big reveal is the trade that I've made over 90,000. I just checked, it's actually a little bit more. Over 90,000 Australian dollars in the past month is my Pudgy Penguin. Now, obviously, as I said in the intro, okay, I shared this in GTG. So what I thought I'd do today is unpack why this single trade has made me nearly 100,000 Australian dollars in the past 4 weeks, okay? But it likely could make me so much more in the near future. So I want to unpack this a little bit, okay? Because so many people get things wrong in crypto. So NFTs have been very lucrative this cycle if you traded trends. Now, I made a lot of money on ordinals at the start of this year, a lot of BTC puppets, a couple other swing trades as well. I made a lot of money last year in the Badogos, but also in a Mad Lads trade, because what I want to unpack is knowing when to sort of scale out and take profits. And this is something that I've learned over the past 9 years in crypto and failing many times in the past, okay, particularly during the NFT cycle in 2021 and into 2022. But what I want to unpack is how I have found this bottom, okay, and I'm up over 100K or at nearly 100K, including the rod that I bought as well, in the past 4 weeks, okay, because you can do this too if you can pick up on trends very early. So before we dive in, okay, I just want to show you the proof of obviously picking it. This is the rod that I bought. Obviously, this is a Pudgy that I bought. I did buy it above the call price. I bought it at 8.9. The call price was 8.4 in the Discord group, okay, so I will show you that. Here we go. Okay, so this is my thesis, right? So I'll dive through every sort of aspect and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. So as you can see here, I was buying a Pudgy. This one was a little bit above floor because it suited what I wear, like a backwards cap, had a little bit of a Greeny sweater on it. So that's why I went a little bit above floor. But I shared here at 8.4. Now this is after we had purchased Ethereum at 2.9 because as it says here, okay, we're having weakness. Okay, there's weakness against Solana. Okay, it looked like it was very much at a top. Okay, using just simple oscillators that we use to trade futures and meme coins every day. And then obviously against BTC, it looked like it was gonna at least create a bottom. Now, whether this is a reversal, we'll have to just wait and see whether that plays out, but it had to have a bounce, okay, because it was literally oversold. It was the most oversold ETH had been against BTC in the past 5 years. So that in itself, again, was another reason I swapped a lot of my liquidity from BTC and Solana into Ethereum first. And then, as I said here, purchase this was a good hedge against Ethereum. Now, my thesis, as it clearly outlines here, is listings were low, good ownership. Okay, Luca's a fantastic founder. Okay, it's a good hedge against ETH. In other words, I was very confident that Pudgies were going to outperform Ethereum itself. Now, obviously, kind of like my Mad Lads trade, which we'll get to later on Solana last year, I knew that if I was buying Ethereum at a low cost value, and then if I was buying a Pudgy at a low cost value, if Pudgies and Ethereum pumped at the same time, that's how I could really change this trade from being maybe tens of thousands of dollars to maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. And let's unpack that a little bit more. So as you can see here, guys, a hedge against ETH, like I just spoke about, it was confirmed that an abstract was going to have an airdrop. So at 8.4, guys, when I shared this, it was an absolute steal because listings were literally in the 200 range. Ownership was really high, and I was still speculative around a potential paying you meme coin, which we now are aware of, and hence the big pump to 22 to 22 ETH right now. But other reasons as well, right? DeFi is massive, okay, Ethereum's massive, so we wanted to have exposure there as well. The FDB that was rumored at the time was about $8 billion for abstract. So that in itself, one airdrop would have been crazy. The fact that they're getting 2 airdrops is why this trade could be monumental, okay? Now, if we dive a little bit deeper, okay, now, small floor. So in other words, the depth, so in other words, how many people had listings up to 15 ETH, as I said, there was literally only 100. So 100 people had to step in, okay, or obviously 100 buys had to step in, and I literally literally would have doubled my money in ETH. And that was in the same time that ETH started to run from 2.9K nearly to 4K that we've seen a couple of days ago. Now, obviously, as I said here, my plan is to hodl a little bit longer. This is more of a passive approach. Take the airdrops from Pengu and Abstract and try and rotate that as well. I also did buy a rod here because there is rumors that that could be a bonus multiplier. It could be a burn mechanism. We don't know, okay? The gamification of NFTs is what makes it so exciting, right? And I was in the market for a new PFP. So that was all of this sort of unpacked to the perfect sort of trade at that period of time. And I'm very thankful that I did take the trade, obviously, because I'm in a lot of profit. But there's a bit of my thesis. Now, a couple things I just want to show you, okay? As you can see here, okay, 22.1 ETH, which is currently the floor, okay? 22.1, as you can see here, is 132,000 Australian dollars, okay? Then, as you can see here, I bought, okay, let's go back and double check. I bought here, okay, I bought ETH a little bit just before this, okay, at 2.9 US, which is around 4.6K US, Australian ETH. And if we do work that out, 4650 times a floor of 8.4, guys, that was a cost basis of 39,000. Now, obviously, mine was a little bit more expensive. So if we put that in, guys, there you go. My cost basis was about 41.8 thousand Australian dollars. And as you can see currently, guys, if I was to sell it at floor, that would be worth 132 Australian thousand dollars. So I'm up over $90,000 on that single trade. And that's obviously not even considering the rod that is also 2x, if not 3x, actually. I think the white rods, the more rare rods, which is what I went with, is up about 3x. So let's unpack that a little bit, okay? So I was very loud on the timeline, right? Last year for holding Solana against Ethereum, okay? And it was so evident, okay? If we just look at this chart, it's all about understanding trends, guys, okay? So I literally was so loud and proud about this. I did not own a single cent of Ethereum at all from mid-year last year because this trend was breaking out. The narrative was Solana, okay? Everyone was building on there. Exciting times because it was oversold when compared to other blockchains that had less sort of transactions, less obviously DeFi on there. And then meme coins obviously just meant this absolutely sent. And so for me, right, I was up a considerable amount. Okay, so look at this, like it is up 7 to 8x, right? We're currently still up 5x on that trade, and I still hold predominantly Solana. However, it got to a point, as you can see here, guys, where on the oscillators, if we go to the weekly, okay, we were very overextended. Okay, look. Literally, I literally shared this in GTG. That's why I'm telling you guys about it. So we were very overextended. And so I was like, okay, I want to get out of my Solana exposure and I probably want to start to diversify another way. So I bought Sui and I bought Ethereum, okay? And it was a very good trade there. Then I started to think about, like I spoke before, about the trends, okay? And I was like, okay, well, NFTs haven't really kicked off. There's all these rumors about Pudgy being such an elaborate brand, Lucas being a fantastic founder. He literally runs weekly inner igloo meetings, which is just amazing, right? And ETH was looking top against Solana. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a Pudgy, I'm going to buy ETH, and I'm going to sit in that passive play. Now, obviously, like I said before, BTC versus ETH was also at a bottom. Look at this. Look at this. There we go. That is a bottom right there at the top there, guys. Again, using this simple oscillator that we like to use, okay, shows you where trends start to maybe reverse on. If we look at this level, okay, hold on, let me pull it up here. Look at this level. We hadn't been this low, as I said, since 2019. So it was obviously going to be a bounce. It was obviously going to be a bounce. So I swapped some BTC out. What I'm hoping for is now either a double bottom here or something like this, or consolidation at this range for ETH to outpace BTC, or obviously a new higher high to come in, okay, and we continue up like this. Now, ultimately, that was where I started to capture the trend. So I had, if we backtrack a couple steps, I bought a lot of Solana last year, okay, and I was aiming, obviously, to flip that into, again, further gain. So I bought a Mad Lad, as you can see here. My entry was 83 Sol, 2,000 US dollars at the time, and I just sold it, well, not just sold it, I sold it early this year for 180 Sol, which was, again, a 32,000 US dollar move. So times that by 1.5, that's what, a $50,000 Australian trade in the space of a couple of months. Now, as you can see here, I go on in detail to discuss why I did this, okay? And so many people fail to take profits at the right time. But being a very active trader, and I've done this for GTD now for over a year, okay? We capitalize on trends. And as you can see here, I bought the breakout, okay? We consolidated. Obviously, it didn't time the top. You're never going to time the top, guys. You're never going to time the bottom. But what you can do is capitalize on this. And literally at that point, okay, where I sold it for 178 Solana then went on an absolute tear to over $250, okay, and it hit 260 last week, okay, so literally hodling all of that Solana, and literally Mad Lads went all the way back down to like 50 or 30 Sol, so it was easily the best trade of this cycle. But now what we're starting to see is that Pudges are starting to front run that, right? So as you can see, just for proof again, I shared this in the Discord. Let's have a look. Here we go, 9th of the 11th. Okay, so 9th of the 11th, guys. As you can see here, 9th of the 11th, we're at 8.1. So I actually didn't quite time the bottom, but I was very close to picking up on that trend. And sure enough, we are nearly at an all-time high for pudgies. Same again for little pudgies, guys. Okay, sorry, these are the rods. Okay, I got my rod at 0.45. So again, I didn't quite time the bottom, as you can see here. I was into this pump here. Okay, I bought my rarer rod at 0.45. Okay, so I was in this sort of block region here, and again, I'm up 2x on that. If we did take a look at the rares, I would be up 3x on that particular trade. Same again, the little pudgies are at 0.8-ish, okay? On the 9th of November, as you can see here, literally 0.8, okay? And you're up over 3x on that trade as well. So capitalizing on trends, guys, is how you can really turn maybe tens of thousands, if not 100,000s, into multiple millions of profit in cryptocurrency. So I really hope you learned something. Now, two other things to look forward to, and I want to clarify this too. Greeny, how can I get exposure to Pudgy now that we have 2 confirmed airdrops for the token? What's the best way to play this? Now, as someone that's holding for a while, for me, if they start to get to multiple hundreds of thousands of US dollars, so say a Pudgy gets to push towards $500,000, I probably have to take profit there, guys. I'm happy whether that's before abstract or after abstract. That's just a sort of added bonus to the trade that I was always going to take. Pengu, however, as you can see here, makes it different, okay? Pengu is anticipated to be around maybe multiple 5-figure airdrop, okay? I have seen rumors of people saying, look, it could be 6 figures for some one Pudgy holder. I don't know. I don't know about that, but at least, right, that is, again, that could cover literally my cost basis in the airdrop alone. So that means I'm holding my Pudgy for free if I take my Pengu profits off the table. Now, ultimately, I probably will lock in at least 50% of Pengu profits. Whether I hodl that at the point of time, we'll wait and see, okay? But ultimately, I think the Pengu token is a very good potential play moving forward. When you think about how many communities, how many normies are going to see this token, okay? These guys have millions of followers on Instagram, on socials, on GIF, okay? And so much more, right? They have the Pudgy plushies, okay? I've literally got one in the background over this side, sorry. Literally. And so for me, right, those sort of catalysts are why this could very much be a multi-$100,000 trade, if not push up towards $500,000. And then obviously lastly, guys, okay, we have abstract, okay? As you can see, you can literally get an elite role partner right now if you're part of the Pudgy ecosystem. So again, check it out because I really definitely think that this could be one of the best trades this cycle. It very much reminds me of what apes were like last cycle. I don't ever want to compare things to other selection or criteria last cycle, but they are kind of going down the same route where we had ape coin last cycle. We didn't have as many sort of outgoing founders that are in touch with the community in terms of Bayek last cycle. So I very much think that Pudgies could definitely run a lot higher. And if I was currently not a buyer, I think look at some rods. If you do get a pullback, I think it's a very good opportunity. If you do get a pullback on a little Pudgy, I think it's a very good opportunity. Obviously, if you're priced out of a big Pudgy, that's so be it. Look at the potential airdrops that you're about to get. Abstract, Pengu as some potential Pudgy exposure. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm up over 90,000 Australian dollars in just 1 month on this one single trade. So let me know if you have any comments down below, any feedback, any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks for watching. So there you have it, guys. One of the biggest trades I make all cycle on a Pudgy Penguin. If you like my content, please subscribe down below. Smash the like button. And if you'd like to support me a little bit further, become a YouTube member by signing up down below. Lastly, guys, check out GTG, my trading group, where I gave over 600 members this alpha before Ethereum pump, before Pudgy Penguins pump, so you can get alpha across the markets. We're talking NFTs, memecoins, ordinals, runes, stocks, you name it. We've got it, guys. So check it out using the GTG WAP link down below. We'd love to see you in there and join over 600 members in our community. As always, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.